Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Durham, off the side via Skype. Say hello there, watch everybody.
Yep, here we are once again.
All right, you feeling good, man? You ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do this, man. Today's Twins debate is going to focus on breaking news. Rex Wire. Him and his twin brother, Rob, is that right? Rob
Yep,
or Bob?
Rob.
Rob Ryan,
hmm
have both been relieved of their duties. Rex Ryan has compiled a 15-16 record in 2 seasons with the Bills, finishing third in both those years. Well, will be after next week. Um, After he done signed a 5 year deal, so that pretty much explained what you was talking about before we got on, that he wasn't given a fair opportunity, especially when he had a 5 year deal in the making and hadn't even finished it out. And so they decided to go ahead and just let him go. So, what do you think about this move? Do you feel that this was necessary for the Bills as they move forward, or do you think that this should have been more of a chance for Rex Ryan to shine?
It was premature. It was premature for one thing, especially for Rob Ryan. It was very premature for them just to let both of them go like that, just that quickly. They should have held on a little bit longer, had a little bit of faith, which is why the Bills haven't gone nowhere.
And see, and not to mention that when Rex Ryan got hired, he was the 18th coach being hired by the Bills. 18.
And not to mentioning that no coach since 19, I want to say since 1997, that has not coached for the Bills for more than 4 seasons.
And that's not good.
Every single coach after 1997, every coach have not coached for 4 seasons, not even 4 seasons. That's the inconsistency of the Bills owners. He needs to
Yeah.
get it straight.
Yeah, he
He
needs
needs
to
to
get it
get it
straight.
straight.
I agree. I agree because for one thing, that's that's what happens when you give coaches like that a chance. Now, even though it was a more jacked up scenario when he was coaching the Jets, when he
Mm-hmm.
first coached the Jets in 2009, um, he had made back to back playoff appearances. His first year and his second year, 2009 and 2010, and finished second in the AFC East. Of course, you can't put up to New England, you just can't. But even though that they did defeat them, I think in one of those years, I think it was 2009, um, and they both lost in the AFC Championship game both times. And after that, he just went down and did not even make a playoffs then. Pretty jacked up. So it's a drought even for him too.
Oh, it's a drought. It's a
It's a
drought for his.
drought.
If it's a drought for his brother, Rob Ryan too.
Yeah, yeah,
And looking at that standpoint, it almost gets personal with me because of me and you being twins, and
yeah,
because of them too
yeah.
being twins, and really have not been given a chance with a new team to try to rebuild it. Rome was not built in one day. Okay, this show is not built in one day. It takes time. It takes patience, and the Bills owner do not have that. Now he had a fair chance with the Jets. He made it
Mm-hmm.
his first 2 years, and it went down after that. But for his brother Rob, I really feel for him because he just came in into a middle of a mess. If you was going to release him that quickly, you just should have not have just hired him in the first place. Rex Ryan per se. I don't know if Rex Ryan knew that was going to happen. Um, Although I look at how a lot of people look at me and you in a standpoint of inconsistencies and a lot of
Yeah,
things that a lot of people look at us and how we do things that they don't like it. And I look at those two as a possible image. They can really shape a team up if they wanted to. They just had to be given the tools to actually do it.
yeah, absolutely.
They just had to be given the tools to do it because they have always been known to be tough coaches, but Rex Ryan with his mouth was a pretty big problem.
And
But
why he's in his drought now.
if he straightened that up, he'll be a lot better than most people anticipate.
I agree. I agree. Um, at the time, um, I believe he was what was his contract? That's what I'm trying to look up now. It was a 5 year, $27.5 million contract. So you're telling me that on January 12, 2015, the minute that you hired Rex Ryan for 5 years, $27.5 million, you're telling me that you cannot find that consistency with Rex Ryan, that you couldn't keep him for at least 3 seasons? That just tells me right there that you're a very impatient person.
Very impatient. It's been
Very
going on
impatient.
since 1997,
Hmm.
which is why they have they even made the playoffs since 1997.
No, I do not think so. I think
Impatient,
this is their
just
17th
impatient, just
second.
impatient. That's all it is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
almost 20. Matter of fact, next year we'll make 20 years, then I'll make it.
yeah, sure is. So that just tell you right there that they could both do better.
I am.
They could both do better. What do you think the next move would be? Well, what should happen to the Winans brothers? What do you think they should do, or where should they go in the
They
aspect? Who
have
has interest? Who would you think have interest in the
again.
brothers?
The Rams got interest. I mean, the Rams may have interest in them. You never
Right,
know.
right.
Um, I
The
mean,
Jaguars.
no, they might keep Tom Coughlin.
They might get Tom Coughlin, but it's not official yet, so
I'm
they can still
not.
open up their options. They still,
They could.
because not being funny, they also I think there's two other teams that's interested in Tom Coughlin too. So
Well, now
add Rex
that
Ryan to that picture.
well, I'm not gonna add Rex Ryan. I don't think the Jaguars is even gonna consider picking anybody else because nobody wasn't interested in Tom Coughlin when he left. Now that Jacksonville wants to pick him back up, they know how dangerous that man can be. Now you want to pick him up? Nah, I got Tom Coughlin staying with Jacksonville and no other options for any other coach to come in. Yeah, they're gonna interview him just to sit there and interview him, but that's it. I believe 100% pure to my heart that Tom Coughlin is going to Jacksonville. So I think that will close the coaching vacancy on that behalf. You will still have the Los Angeles Rams. Um,
Yeah, they still looking for a coach.
they're still looking for a coach, so I believe them two. Well, I don't know about them two, but he could actually be a one to actually go and fulfill that duty. Um, Arizona's not going to look to get rid of Bruce Arians, so Arizona's not looking for a coaching position. Who else? If now this is just an open possibility,
Mm-hmm.
the Indianapolis Colts, if they ended up firing Pagano,
Yeah,
there's his chance. But
yeah, that's a strong chance.
I don't know if that's going to happen because there's not a whole lot of good coaches on in the market right now.
It really isn't. Not ones that can actually lead a team to a championship at at that stake.
Right.
You
It
just
would
really
take a
can't.
lot of building and good player development on that behalf.
But I just feel that the Bills just absolutely just disrespected Rex Ryan.
Two only
Now,
got the
even
2 years. Yeah.
yeah, but even though that Rex Ryan do has a mental health problem, but for him to be the way he is, he's a pretty damn good coach.
Yeah.
He suffers from dyslexia,
Hmm.
so there are a lot of things that he has to do in order to help him comprehend, you know, the plays, the playbooks, and stuff like that. But to me, for him to beat dyslexia, you're a pretty good coach.
To me,
Period.
um, it, it's Stephen A. Don't agree with that, and to be
Well,
honest, I really don't care. To be honest, but I just put that out there because Stephen A. just a disgrace to television.
well, I tell
Uh,
you what. Well, I tell you what. Well, we could battle it out. You know what I'm saying? You can have Stephen A. Smith on one side, who he can coach, and then we'll have Rex Ryan on the other, and see whose butts get whooped.
And it would be Stephen A. Pearson.
Yes.
He would get his
So,
butt whooped.
have absolutely nothing.
There's
No,
no
no.
no. There's absolutely no skills on that behalf. He just comes on TV to criticize. That's what he does. Great, fabulous,
Fabulous.
fine. You do
Absolutely.
that.
Do that.
But I believe Rex Ryan is a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. If he wants to think that he's not great, fine. Have it your way. Don't care.
Do what you
To
do.
me,
What you
he's a
believe.
great coach. To me,
Yeah,
he's a
do
great
what you
coach.
believe.
I'm not gonna say he's the greatest coach, but he's a great coach to
He's a great
qualify to
coach.
like he's a good coach to me, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Absolutely.
He is.
Mm-hmm. So the reality is now is that Rex Ryan's gone, Rob Ryan's gone. So
Time to fill him in.
yeah, it's time to fill them in, and hopefully that them two can push it forward in the future. That's all I can say about that, man.
Yep.
And he just had a birthday earlier this year too. I mean, earlier this month. So
They both did.
of course they did. Of course they did. But it was lazy just saying one person and two. Is there anything else you want to add to this?
Not after that comment, no.
Yeah, yeah, okay. All right. All right. That's a wrap of another edition of Twins Debate. If you like what you see, give the video a thumbs up. Uh, Comments, concerns, thoughts, anything like that, you can always comment below in the comments section. We always welcome the feedbacks. We always welcome that stuff. We'll be here. Um, with me, Daryl. Darren opposite side via Skype. All right. All right. Catch up with us on another episode of Twins Debate. Until then,
Ciao.
ciao.